Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. You'd think Jenny Gilruth, being an ex-teacher, would know what kids are like. They can be cruel, they can be heartless, they can be ruthless, for heaven's sake. And so the idea that she had of basically means testing the laptops after that whole laptop fiasco was a bad idea, because it would just create bullying and abuse. You're stigmatizing poor people. Hey, look at you. You can't afford a proper machine. Here, have an SMP laptop. Very limited memory, terrible screen. Half the keys are missing. It's probably Windows XP. And so everyone in the class would see that and just laugh. Poor, is it? Mum can't buy a proper computer, can't she? And all that sort of thing, because we know what kids are like. Now, of course, this plan originally happened way back in the midst of time when John Swinney, the dinosaur, was in charge of schools. It's funny how he liked to get to school. The education secretary loved going to schools, didn't he? So anyway, he was there, had the brilliant idea. Well, it wasn't his idea, of course. It was Sturgeon's bright idea, but he had to make it happen. And he realised how expensive it was. It was around 10 million quid. And of course, they didn't really have the money, but they still yelled about it because this is Scotland and we're the bestest ever, And of course, everything fell apart. Sturgeon left. You got Hamza Yousaf in. He was moved. You got Jenny Gilruth in. She inherited this plan. Well, the first thing she did was see the price tag and went, can't afford it. Means test it. And everyone went, don't. And when I say everyone, I mean every single local authority, every single one, under COSLA, the umbrella group, every single one of them signed a letter to her saying, either give them to everyone or give them to none. Under no circumstances must you means test these laptops. But she was adamant. She was adamant that she was going to do it. And the few that were given out were given to children from poorer backgrounds who then could not possibly use that in their classrooms, dare not be seen with an SMP laptop. It just wouldn't happen. Now, you would be deliberately stigmatizing these children, let's put it that way. You'd be deliberately marking them out for special treatment by their classmates. Now, Tony Buchanan, who is the COSLA's children's spokesperson, if you like, said that it was a terrible idea, that, you should not do this in any way where you are singling out a group, because it will create division and resentment and stoke bullying. He said, and we put this in the letter, but the letter was never revealed until now. And it was an FOI revealed the letter. And so when you target children, you're putting a target on them. And that, he said, was the problem. He said, now, of course, in reality, some children have the ability to get these devices. Others do not. Those who can get them, and they're fine. Those who cannot get them, you can't just hand out laptops like that. He says they'll be sitting there and people will note the difference. He said, so what you do is you have your official school laptop, you keep your personal laptops at home, and you only use the school laptop in school. And if everyone's got one, there's no stigma. And that should have been what was happened. The other thing that happened, of course, was of all these, when they were placing the initial orders, they were very underpowered. They were end of production run machines. So basically technology's moved on. They were just using up whatever chips that they have, chipsets and memories, whatever that they had lying around for an older model. Let's get them up, finish these, get them out the door, and move on to our next super model, which is even better, bigger, faster, better, And so these were underpowered devices, barely able to function on today's modern internet. And that would have been another issue. But then again, it's the SMP, big 10-gallon hat, no cattle, and it was never, ever going to fly. And so it wasn't. They cancelled it. And the reason they cancelled it, partially the price and partially because they had huge public sector pay rises they needed to pay for that they hadn't budgeted. And so they used the £10 million of that to pay councillors a little bit more money. There we go. Aren't we all glad the councillors got a little bit more money and that the children didn't get their laptops? Well done, Scotland. What a way to run a business. Thanks very much. Bye.